This time at the Quick Speed Shop, I'm working on building a stainless steel spreader bar for the front of the Model A hot rod shop truck. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. So what we're working on today, I teased it last time, is a stainless steel frame spreader bar to replace this one, which is this electrical conduit right now just for looks, but a 32 style frame spreader bar, and it's going to be all out of polished stainless. So I've got this heavy wall stainless pipe, and we're going to weld in the ends and drill some holes and put some nutserts in here for some bolts, bolt it through the outside of the frame, and then take it and have my buddy polish it up so I can run it here on the front of the truck. I fell down on the concrete last time. I tripped on the frame in the back of the truck and smashed my kneecap into the concrete, so I've been a little bit sore on my knee here for a couple of days. But here we go. This bar should... there's a bolt in the way. Get in there. Might be a little long, but I'm pretty sure this is the right diameter to fit. Yeah, it is. Fit right in the end of this frame rail. Might have to grind just a little bit off this, but there's holes in the side of the frame here. I don't know if you can see it from where you're at. You might be able to. I'm just going to bolt right through there with like a 3/8 or 7/16 bolt right through here. And we're going to weld a cap in the end of these just out of steel because it's hidden. And then I'll take this and get it wire wheeled up and then polish on a buffing wheel. But it'll make a super strong spreader bar to tie these front frame rails together and really dress up the front of the truck. So looks like we're just a hair too long here. Where's my dimension measuring device? What we got here? 24, 24, and an 8. This is supposed to be 24. Let's see if the guy cut it right. Oh no, he cut it a 1/4 inch too long. Son of a gun. So that's why this won't fit. But I know that the corners of this are tapered. So I think if I just grind a little bit off the one face here on both sides and kind of taper it, it'll slip down in here all right. I think that's the right thing to do because the front of these frame rails taper in just a little bit. They're not perfectly parallel. So let me mark this with my marker. I'll use the words on the pipe to give me a reference so I can keep it level or plumb to itself. I'll just hit this with a grinder. Grind a little bit of this action back. Let's see if that helped at all. Yeah, take some more off. These ends of these frame rails really curve in and bend around, so I'll have to really notch this in there to get it clear. Alright, I got this ground down so it fits. What I'm doing is taking some 1/8 inch flat stock and I'm just making a little tab that's going to weld in the end of this pipe. And it's just 1/8 inch steel. You can weld stainless to regular steel, it's not a problem, and this is going to be hidden by the rails, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be polished. So I'm just making this so I can weld this in the end of the pipe, and then I've got these nut setter 1/2 inch nut inserts here, and I'm going to drill a hole in the plate so there won't be any nut, but I don't have the tool big enough to squeeze these. My kit only goes up to 5/16. So what I'm going to do is just drill the hole and stick these through, and it's got a lip on here. I'm just going to tack the lip to the plate, which would be more than plenty to hold this thing in the frame here, and use these instead of like welding a nut to the back side. I'll just might as well use these up while I got them, and it'll make a nice way to attach this. So I'm just grinding these away, grinding them up with the grinder by hand, making them fit. Like so. Just a little bit more grinding, and that'll go right in there. Perfect. Use this pipe within a pipe for a welding jig here. Hopefully the ground's made up. Just gonna use my magnet to hold this. And hopefully this works. Let's see. Oh yeah. I'm using this pipe within a pipe to keep the weld splatter off the stainless, because the steel splatter will stick to it. Perfect. There we go. Bam, welded one side, welded up. I'll just flip it around and do it on the other side. I'm thinking I might want to drill a tiny little hole in the bottom of this for a drain hole, just in case water ever got into it. Through the bolt holes or whatever, I wouldn't want this filling up with water and not be able to drain out. Plus, it's always good when you're welding up a tube to have a way for the hot gas, because you can superheat the air in here and put a lot of pressure in the pipe. So it's always good to have a vent hole. So I think I might figure out where the bottom is real fast, drill like a tiny little hole just for drainage and to let the hot air out while I weld up the other side. Well, there we go. I welded both sides up here now. Ooh, that's hot. I almost hit myself in the face with it. And I also drilled that drain hole like I talked about here. So I'm going to go ahead and grind these up, clean them up, and then we'll go stick it in the frame, mark out for where our holes are going to be. Okay, got it all ground down nice, and it fits in here perfect now. Bam. Just like that. Bam. Now I got a little spot, the marker, and drill her out. We'll put these inserts in here. Uh-oh. There we go. So yeah, it makes a perfect little hole. Then what we're going to do is take this nut insert and, uh-oh. Well, now I'm going to have to hand file it, but that's going to nut insert right down in there, and then I'll just tack it in a couple spots and it'll be money. Perfect. Alright, I tacked the bungs in both ends. Now I've got an idea. I think I can collapse these with a bolt. Now they're held in there. So I've got a bolt and I got a whole bunch of washers. I'm going to use these for like a shim to like shim off the piece. And I think if I bolt this in here and crank it down, it'll collapse the nut insert on the back side. I'm going to try that. Feels like it's doing something. Oh, don't mar up my piece. Oh, look out. Take it off and see what's up. In theory, this should collapse it just like the nut insert gun does. Oh yeah, there we go. Bam! So if you see the threads up close in there, now this end, see how they're far away? Bam, that worked awesome. So now we got the tacks in, we got the nut inserted up in there. So I got double action. So this should hold on super good now. So I'll draw the other side up. Then might put a third tack just to double make sure I'm good. but it should be aight. Be aight. So bam, that looks super awesome. It's super beefy on here. What I'm going to do is get some stainless steel bolts, either cap head Allen screws and half 13, or maybe just stainless steel hex bolts. Probably hex bolts, but it really locked the front frame rails up nice. It's nice and beefy. It'll add a little bit of protection to the grill, and it's always super cool to have like a 32 style frame horns with a 32 style grill hanging down below. It really shows off the channel good, and it's going to look super tough on the front of the truck here. So I'll hit this with a wire wheel. I'll grind all this like mill scale or whatever it is off and shine it up the best I can with a wire wheel, and then I'll take it over to my buddy's house and polish it later on, and hopefully it'll have some kind of shine. Probably not as shiny as those headers, but depending on his buffing wheel, we might be able to get the shine that good. It'd be super awesome. But it's stainless, it'll last forever, and add some protection to the grill. So as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop for more tinkering on the Model A Hot Rod Shop Truck.